Ever? Just like randomly find the coolest stuff online? I mean, you'd never think a data science blog from like rural Colombia would be my thing, but
Okay, I'll bite. What's got you hooked?
Guasca,
Yeah.
population like 16,000. It's this whole deep dive into how one guy is using data to actually like make a difference.
You know, it is fascinating how these hyper-local stories can really, I don't know, give you a new angle on global trends.
Right.
Like we're talking citizen engagement, data transparency, and
Oh yeah, that whole push for better governance, totally.
right.
And get this, our guy in Guasca, Carlos Alberto Galarza Vasquez, he calls his blog GR Data Science.
I kind of love that. Straight to the point, no fluff.
Exactly. And okay, I know what you're thinking. A blog about local healthcare.
Mhm.
Riveting. But trust me, Carlos, he makes it interesting, almost
Tad dramatic.
yes, exactly. Dramatic even. Like in his September 16th post, he calls the local health center situation a straight up crisis.
Okay, bold statement. But is he onto something?
Well, he posted a survey, and not just anywhere, in this local Facebook group, Huasca Como Estamos. And ready for this? 87%, 87% gave the health center a thumbs down.
Ouch.
Yeah, which is right. Makes you wonder what's really going on there, right?
87% definitely gets your attention. And you know, you have to consider the whole healthcare landscape in Colombia. It's this mix of public and private, and often it's these rural areas that get hit hardest with, you know, lack of resources, inconsistencies, the work. So this dissatisfaction could be a symptom of something much bigger than just one health center, you know?
Totally. And it goes beyond just opinions, right? Like Carlos digs into the hard numbers too. In his September 15th post, he found a 24% no-show rate for appointments at the center. That's nuts.
Yeah.
A quarter of the appointments just gone.
See, that kind of figure that really highlights the practical side of things, and it ties into what Carlos calls public innovation, right? Because on the surface, a no-show, it's like, oh, well, whatever. But then you think about
It's like a domino effect.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wasted resources, staff burning out, and the people who actually need those appointments, they're left waiting. It impacts the whole community.
It's not just a number on a spreadsheet anymore. It's someone's well-being. So it's like, okay, high dissatisfaction, no-shows, and then there's Carlos talking about public innovation. But what's the actual solution?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? But that's what makes Carlos's work so interesting. He doesn't just point out problems. He actually tries to find solutions. Like in that same post, September 15th, he talks about using data to make things better in Guasca. That's his whole thing with GR.
Data science.
Because it's like, hey, we've got problems, but let's use this data to figure it out.
Exactly. And the cool thing about public innovation, it's not just one thing. It can be like a bunch of different approaches.
Right, like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, think about it. Online appointment scheduling, super helpful, right? Or apps for reporting like potholes or broken streetlights, even using data to make bus routes more efficient.
Oh, that's a good one. Makes you wonder why more cities aren't doing that. Right. And it's not like these are just ideas, you know? I mean, there are cities all over the world that are using data to solve real problems. Remember reading about that city in Europe? They practically eliminated traffic congestion.
Yeah, using data. It's amazing.
Exactly. And that's what I love about Carlos's blog. He's taking these big global ideas and saying, hey, we can do this in Huasca too, even in a small town.
It's like think globally, act locally, but with data.
Right. He's finding inspiration from what's working in other places and figuring out how to make it work for Huasca.
He's like a local innovator.
Totally. And remember, this isn't just some hobby for him. He's not just a blogger. He's on the local health committee. He goes to town council meetings. He's really involved.
He's in the thick of it.
Exactly. He sees what's going on firsthand, and then he writes about it. Speaking of the town council, those posts from September 9th and 10th about the whole national versus local policy debate, fascinating stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's that all about? It sounds kind of intense.
It's something that happens everywhere, but it's especially relevant in Latin America. Countries like Colombia, they have a history of centralized power, but now there's this push for more local control.
So Guasca is like a mini version of that.
Exactly. And Carlos makes it real. He talks about this debate over religious freedom initiatives, how they're playing out locally.
You know, I saw that post and thought, religious freedom in Guasca. It's like, how did these global issues end up in these small towns?
It shows you that local politics are never just local. They're connected to everything else going on in the world. And they have a real impact on people's lives. Which brings us back to Carlos.
Seriously. It's like, he's at this party, everyone's talking, but he's the one actually listening, you know, taking it all in.
And turning those observations into blog posts.
Right. With like actual data points.
Which, let's be real, are way more interesting than whatever snacks they're serving at that party. He actually breaks down the 12 steps of policymaking in one post, using the religious freedom thing as an example.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. He didn't just, like, list them out, though. It's like he was showing you how messy the whole thing can be.
Totally. And that's where I think Carlos really shines, you know? He's like this civic data translator, taking all this complicated stuff and making it understandable.
And not just understandable, but important. Like, hey, this is happening, and it matters.
Exactly. It's about showing people they can actually get involved, that their voice matters.
Building a bridge, almost, between all this policy stuff and what people are dealing with every day. Makes you think, what if we had more people like Carlos doing this in their own towns?
Right. Imagine if everyone had someone like that, breaking things down, getting people engaged.
We started with a health center survey, and now we're talking about, like, the future of civic engagement. Wild.
That's the power of a good deep dive. You never know where you'll end up. But it shows you how connected everything is, you know? This blog, this small town in Colombia, it's a window into something much bigger. It's about how we use data, how we participate in our communities.
And how one person can make a difference. Seriously, kudos to Carlos Alberto Galarza Vasquez. He's an inspiration. And listeners, if you want to check out his blog, Our Data Science, we'll link to it in the show notes. You might just be surprised what you find. And hey, maybe you'll be inspired to be a civic data translator too. Until next time, keep exploring.